iced out. Tennis chains iced out. Cold corners round my neck, looking like a lighthouse. Little nigga pipe down, chopper make it pipe down. Running man, catch me if you can.
Yo, what is up, guys? It's your main man, Kodak, and we're back with another Finesse Game video. Now, guys, so earlier today I made a vote and I was like, yo, what do you guys prefer? You want a bunch of videos this weekend, or you want some live streams? Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was expecting some of you guys to be like, yo, we want some live streams, Kodak, because I haven't live streamed in a really long time. I've been wanting to get back into live streaming. I've just been wanting people to, like, I've been waiting for you guys to desperately kind of be like, yo, start live grinding again, because we want that, Kodak. I've been waiting for that, if I'm being honest. I've been wanting you guys to do that, and it just has to happen. I mean, it happened, but a lot of you guys want me to live stream, but you guys also would prefer me to upload a bunch of videos a day, rather than just me uploading a video every other day or every, 2 days maybe, and live streaming between the videos. But so you guys are getting kind of a video kind of late. Honestly, I was expecting you guys to make live streams, so I didn't have too many videos ready to upload, so you guys are probably gonna get one today and like a few tomorrow and Sunday. But other than that, so yeah, this video was kind of last minute, but I was thinking, bro, I was just realizing of how like the direction of the channel is going, and I realized that you guys love One Piece, bro. You guys are in love with One Piece, which makes sense because I am a huge One Piece fan. So I'm actually recently catching up on One Piece again. I'm like only 100 episodes behind, which isn't too much, to be honest. If you guys are binge watchers, 100 anime episodes can go by fast. So I was like, these guys just love One Piece games on Roblox, but which One Piece game stands above all? So of course we've had the One Piece game that just left a huge hole in our heart that somehow keeps being brought up, like months after it went ghost, went MIA, went shut down, bye, no more. Months after, I still get people bringing this game up, and I'm one of those people who bring it up also, but that's just because people bring it up to me so much. And that game is One Piece Bizarre Adventures OPBA. And then on the other hand, we have this game that seems to have taken over the One Piece throne, I guess you could say. One Piece Millennium was popping really hard for a little bit, and as soon as this game came out, boom, One Piece Millennium's numbers went down by like half. And this game is Road Piece by Caribros, which is actually one of Caribros', I think it's like its most successful game that wasn't Naruto, dude. Like, this is definitely Caribros' most successful game that wasn't a Naruto game. All their other games were good, but they always have like maybe like 2,000 people playing it. This game, has been getting like 6,000 to 9,000 people playing it a day, dude. Like at a time when I check, it's always between that range. And the question is, which game is the best One Piece, the better One Piece game? But at the same time, that's an opinion, bro. I can't really decide until you guys sit here which game is better than the other, because at the end of the day, people are going to agree with me or disagree. People are always going to have an argument against it. So we're going to break down both games within 3 categories: leveling, PvP, and gameplay. That includes like the community and stuff like that, stuff to do while you're inside the game. Alright, so we're going to break that into 3 categories, and we're going to decide which One Piece game triumphs over the other. So, first we're going to look at OPBA, the OG Grandmaster of One Piece games that had such a horrible ending. It had a sad ending, but it did end, of course. And this game was something different, bro. This game, alright, so the leveling was actually not that bad. This leveling in the game was, the only way you could level a stat was by hitting an NPC or another player. So basically hitting a humanoid with whatever you want to level up. For example, if you wanted to level up your melee, you had to use some type of melee fighting style or your basic fist and hit some humanoid, whether it was an NPC or a player, and you had to hit them and land contact and do damage in order to level up that stat. The more damage that you were doing, the more XP you would get. Basically, the damage would transfer to the XP you're putting into that stat. So if you're doing, like, let's say 200 damage a swing, you're putting 200 XP into your stats, and that's the way it'll scaling out. I do know it has some type of multiplier, but I obviously didn't script it, so I don't know the exact numbers. But it was actually a game that I was not bothered by in terms of grinding. I was not annoyed grinding this game, because although they made it so that, you know, you couldn't just auto click overnight, at the same time they did. So with this game, it was kind of like, yeah, you had to hit something that if you figured out how to loophole it, you could end up auto clicking without being there, getting max stats easily, as I've shown you guys before. Now, on the other hand, it was still one of those games where it's like, to get to like 250 stats was like, that was the max at the time, was 250 stats, I believe. And it was just like, it wasn't too much of a burden, bro. It was one of those games where I could sit in a private server with my friends while we're in VC. I would just train my stats, and I had no problem doing it. But obviously, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I did. Oh, I'm not gonna say anything, bro. I'm just gonna say I ended up maxing out all my stats, and I was like, all right, this is pretty cool. Now we look at row piece leveling, where it's like you can't just sit there and auto click. It's like that's not gonna get you anywhere. Auto clicking will not help you. You actually have to sit at your PC and do missions in order to level up. Now, what this would do was, in one row piece, as some of you guys may know, you have to go to a mission board, take any of the missions, and you have to complete the mission in order to get 1 EXP, and it gave you points. So not only did you get EXP and level up, which leveling up, the higher level, the more you level up, the more points you get. As you level up, you get points. So you level up once, you get, I don't know the exact amount, but you get a certain amount of points for leveling up. But the quests and the missions also gave you a certain amount of points for completing it, so that you could distribute those points into your stats. So it was like one of those games, like even if you hit max level, you can still get stat attribute points in order to put it to different stats. You just wouldn't have your overall level go up. It's just that you would have certain different things you have certain different things that you could put stats into. Now, the only problem I have with row piece is that certain things, like stats, do not transition, okay? So if you have a fighting style, it's cool and all, but if you put stats into that, or let's say swords. Swords is a perfect example. You may have a really cool sword, but if you put stats into one sword, it will not carry on to the next sword that you buy, which is one of the things that I did not like about row piece, because I feel like if you are a swordsman and you train with one sword, at least some of your skills will transfer on to when you use another sword. You know, when Zoro gets a new sword, he doesn't completely start over from day one at 0 and have to level up his skills with that sword. He obviously had his skills transfer and carry on to whatever sword he was using now. And because he was a swordsman, like your stats are like your statistics are like what's in your body, not what you're using. Well, that's one of the problems I have with row piece. But at the same time, it's like it's one of those games where you can't just auto click. Everyone can't just auto click their way through it. You have to actually sit there and do the missions and stuff, which actually brings out the fun of the game. You have to actually go do missions and stuff like that in order to level up, and you have to actually work for your high stats and everything. So either you like sitting there and grinding, or you like sitting there and completing missions, which was the difference between leveling. Now, PvP. Personally, I'm going to hands down give PvP to OPBA. Everyone knows I loved OPBA's PvP. And the reason for that was because OPBA turned a One Piece game into a fast-paced, flashy game that also required skill but wasn't too flashy. I feel like it was a perfect balance. Like, most One Piece games aren't as fast-paced as OPBA, but OPBA made it somehow they turned One Piece into a really nice flashy game where it was like, if you knew what you were doing and you knew how to switch off your hand-eye coordination was fast enough in order to keep up with your reaction time and everything like that, it was like to a point where like it was like a really good One Piece fight in the anime. You know what I mean? Most games just make One Piece fights very slow, very low key, not flashy at all. You just kind of like deal your damage and carry on with your day. But OPBA made it like you were able to dodge nicely. You actually had to think about your next move because you messed up one move and you're like pretty much losing like a third of your HP, which was something that I liked so much because OPBA had all these combos that you could do. You can add in combo extenders with devil fruits and sword styles and melee styles and even your sniper skills, like all these different things that could be incorporated into the fighting style, which made it so much fun, which is why I actually enjoyed OPBA the most out of all One Piece games, was just because of the PvP. I literally sat in private servers just fighting people in different crews in the PvP. Now this Road Piece has a cool PvP, but I feel like the scaling is not as good as it could be. I feel like in Road Piece, the person with the higher stats is always gonna win, even if they're bad, just because it's flat out raw power, raw damage. You know what I mean? If you have Ken Haki, you're not getting damage at all, period, unless the other person has higher Ken than you. Then you're getting one shot somehow randomly. All right, that's the only problem I have with Road Piece. It's a matter of just bigger number beats smaller number no matter what. Smaller number has no chance of winning, even if they're better skilled, smarter fighter than the other person, which is one of the problems I have with Road Piece. But at the same time, Road Piece does still have some really cool attacks and cool moves that does like, even some of them even outshine the OPBA ones, but Road Piece does not have the scaling that makes PvP fun and competitive, just because the higher number is just always gonna win no matter what, dude. It's really hard to lose if you have like even the slightest highest number, bro. If you have a high number, you're gonna win no matter what. You'll one shot other people, and it's crazy. Because in OPBA, you could like, even if you're like weaker than other people, or in terms of stats, you still had a chance by playing smarter than they did. Now, gameplay. When it comes to gameplay, I'm gonna have to give it to Road Piece, because Road Piece makes you travel and look for certain stuff. You have to go out of your way to find certain skills, certain fighting styles, and to complete certain missions. You gotta find out which mission gets the best EXP, the best amount of money, and all that. As to OPBA, it was like, alright, get in, kill these NPCs, beat these people. The OPBA game, like the gameplay itself was mainly the community, while Road Piece gameplay is mainly in-game. Like, it's the game itself, right? So at the same time, both have their own rights as to being better than the other. It's a matter of just what do you prefer? Do you prefer a game that's more revolved around the community? Do you want to have a strong crew in a community where you work for ranks like Supernova and Emperor Yonko? Or do you want to be able to go in game and like fight all these cool NPCs and stuff, and find out all these secret hidden knowledge that you can find in the game on where to find certain cool stuff and things like that? The only problem with that is it's easy for people. It kind of ruins the fun when YouTubers are like just obviously giving out the locations. I understand, like, I'm one of those YouTubers who kind of like suck out the adventure in the game, because you guys ask me, yo, Kodak, how do I do this and that? And it's kind of like, I feel like it's my job to show you guys how to do it when you guys ask me to, as a content creator and entertainer. That's the only problem that with in-game content, that a lot of the times the fun of actually finding out and figuring stuff out can be ruined by YouTubers, because YouTubers are obviously putting these videos out there, making it easy and like public knowledge, instead of it just being like, oh, the people who go find it, who actually go out and sail out to in the ocean and seas, will find out what's out there and what's capable of being accomplished, and what's capable of being acquired based on how much you travel and adventure on. All you gotta do is watch a quick 5 to 10 minute video, you find out everything you need to know. But at the same time, it's kind of just like whatever your preference is. So at the end of the day, the choice is really yours. These are two great One Piece games. These are I feel like these will both be like definitely top 5, top 10 One Piece games of all time in Roblox. It's really just up to you and a personal preference. I just kind of wanted to break down both games on what I think and how I thought about each game. At the end of the day, whatever game you think is better is your opinion, dude. Don't let anyone else decide for you what you think is better. Stick to your opinion. Don't let me or anyone else in the comments or anyone else that you know tell you otherwise. Because at the end of the day, it's whatever game you had the most fun in. You know, at the end of the day, it's whatever you enjoyed the most. Now, with that being said, if you guys did enjoy this video, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you are subscribed and haven't done so, hit the notification bell so you know when your boy uploads another dope video just like this one. That being said, until next time, guys, we are out.